What's up guys, Ninja Cat. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be going over some tips and strategies for people who are Kiriko mains or just want to learn the new hero. So, I know I haven't uploaded in a while, and that's probably just because I was obviously just busy. But today, this is my second Overwatch video, and I will do more of this content because it is a pretty popular game these days, so expect more of this to come. And if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel or just new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more. And without further ado, let's just get into it. So I'm going to be going over every single ability along with some drills and strategies for each one, starting off with the most simpler ones, and we'll get into the complex ones better. So we're going to start with the healing, the kunai, and the wall climb. So first things you gotta know, Kiriko's attack does 40 body damage and 120 head damage. So knowing this, you want to aim for the head more because it is a really good critical hit damage. This is literally just triple the body damage, so it can actually two-shot most DPS and support if you can hit those shots.
Okay, so just a little side note here that I forgot to add in the video. Basically, a really good combo for Kiriko is to deal 150 damage by hitting a headshot in close range. And messed up a little bit, but basically you want to hit a headshot and a melee at this really fast rate. And you can actually deal 150 damage against heroes like Tracer or Genji, which can really be useful if you're in close range and you're like, you know, struggling against these guys. So the combo is just a quick melee and headshot, and as you can see, it can actually kill pretty fast. So just keep in mind, this is a really good combo in the next time you run into one of these heroes. So prioritize aiming for the head in battle, and I know it's a pretty big pain because, well, Kiriko's attack is not that fast, as you can see. Projectile is not that fast, and it is pretty small, and DPS like Tracer are really skinny. So a good drill for this that I made up, and some pro players might do it, but I don't know who does it, is to stand right here and start off by shooting these robots in the head. Again, you always want to aim for the head. So I would just stand here and, you know, practice your aim here with this aiming drill for about 5 minutes before playing unranked or just, you know, comp. And some of these robots have really, unpredictable motion, and this one goes side to side. So this one is really good for this drill. You want to get used to, you know, aiming that. And once you feel comfortable with that, I would start jumping around side to side or just jumping around stationary. But in the end, you do want to, you know, get to side because you're not standing. I hope you're not standing, just standing still in the middle of a battle. So strafe around and then try to hit some shots here, especially on this one. I know it's hard, but this drill is not just a drill, but it's just good for practicing your aim. It can, you know, once you're used to this one, you can also use this drill to warm up before comp. And yeah, another tip for Kiriko's attack is to take advantage of these small little spaces, because Kiriko's kunai, they're pretty small and they can shoot in places where most people can't shoot. I know you can shoot through robots in practice range, but you get the idea of this. Think if like you can't shoot through this one, you can actually shoot through this robot and, like, you know, take advantage of this because you can't get through a hit through this crack, and they can't, you know, well, it's hard to probably see you through this crack, and in the midst of a battle, this will really give you an advantage over your enemies because you can just slip some damage through here, and you can still aim for the head here. You can still see where they are. You can deal some damage. It's just a really good spot to be getting some shots off. So yeah. All right, the second thing I'm gonna go over is the healing, and I'm gonna go over some like healing to damage ratio ideas later. But basically, this healing, it heals for 135, like with a full round of healing. So you want to heal one person at a time because it heals over 100 health and it heals pretty quick and reloads pretty quick. So you want to like get someone higher, like higher HP, and you don't want to heal multiple people at once. I see some people doing this. That does not work because if I do this in slow motion, there are some green heals that travel away and they don't track on to these robots. So green means they're not tracking on, and yellow means they're actually going to track on. And you can also use this L shift thing. If I like put my crosshair over this robot, the L shift
it actually gives me a guide to like if I'm within 30 meters of a teammate, which means I can heal them, and it also means if I can teleport to them. But I'll get to that later. So I would use this as a guide to, as if you know, for my heals to like track on to teammates. So use this, and also I don't know why the setting by default is on, but go to options and go to Kiriko settings. Toggle healing off Yuta by default is on, and what that does is, well, first you want it off actually, and I'll explain what it does. Basically, if it's on, you press click once and it shoots every single healing thing out of your ammo. And you don't want that on, because if you want to like damage while shooting, then you want, if you want to heal while shooting, then you want to like, you don't want to wait for the full animation of, you know, just complete before you can actually shoot. You want to be able to heal occasionally and shoot occasionally, so you want that setting on. And I already turned it off, and now I can shoot one at a time, so I can actually control how much I heal and how much I shoot my kunai. So I would definitely recommend that setting to be on. Off, because, well, it just, I don't even know why it's not on by default. So just turn that off. It's going to be so much better playing like this. And yeah, just try to heal one person at a time and hit some shots occasionally. Stay behind the tanks if you're healing them or damaging them, because, well, if someone rushes towards you, you do want to be out of the way and ready to throw down your Suzu if it's an ult or something, but we'll get into that one later. So yeah, be aware of your positioning and be aware, you know, where you shoot them. You can use these tiny little areas to take advantage of it. And the wall climb, you can use this to get an extra jump, also to like evade enemies. You can get over walls, and, well, with the exception of Genji and Hanzo. You can use this to actually climb over your enemy and hit a headshot over them. Say like right here, there's an obstacle right here, this robot is coming towards me. I can jump over them and hit a headshot. So you can use your mobility to your advantage. Just use and abuse your mobility, and you're healing the damage ratio, like I was mentioning earlier. Your damage ratio should, your damage should be lower than your healing by at least, you know, a half in unranked. In ranked, your healing would be at least almost like, I would say at least above 10k, which means it's probably more than triple your damage. So, and healing, like, with the healing your teammates, you actually want it to be like significantly more, unless you're just trolling like I did once. I was playing full DPS Kiriko once, and that was just a meme strat, but people still make fun of me for it. You want your healing to be like over 10k in comp, because of like, just in comp, things are going to be much more intense. Your tanks are going to be taking so much more damage, and you're definitely going to be wanting to heal more. So keep in mind the ratios, keep it balanced, and yeah, I think that's it for the basic attacks. We're going to move on to the more complex abilities now. Alright, so next we're going to go over the Protection Suzu and the Teleportation ability. And in a way, these are really similar abilities with different uses. So, like I mentioned earlier about the 30 meters thing in an L shift square, you can teleport from up to 30 meters, and that includes through walls. So, this can be helpful, but this can also kill you, because if you were to see a teammate on critical health behind a wall all by themselves, chances are they're actually getting like just shredded by the entire enemy team. And this has gotten me killed a few times when I was learning Kiriko. So you don't want to go near those people because it can get you killed and it won't do your team any good. So just keep an eye out for those moments. You don't want to teleport there. What you do want to do with the teleportation though is as a boost of mobility, and to get near someone that you know you can save and get out of that situation in one piece. You can also speed up towards someone that needs healing because they're, you know, attacking and pushing. That's when you want to heal them. And if someone is critical and you know you can make it out there to save them, definitely teleport toward them. So use this wisely. And another good use for this, you can actually save yourself. It's kind of like the Suzu. Basically, you can blink out and avoid any damage taken, which means you can actually just avoid, like, say, D.Va's ult when it's about to explode. But you have to have really good timing to time it right. As you blink, it has to explode, and that's how you can save yourself. And yeah, this, you can also use it to cleanse negative effects just by teleporting with any teammate. And speaking of cleansing negative effects, that's exactly what a Suzu does. has a 15-second cooldown, and it makes you invincible for a second, cleanses all negative effects, and it's just the most important thing in Kiriko's arsenal. So it requires really good timing and just really good, like, you know, use. So you want to use it in the right situations, and a lot of people get really confused about like when is the right time to use it. The best time to use it is definitely when your whole team, like most people on your team are like stunned by Reinhardt's ult, or your whole team is just in danger of some sort. You want to use it when, you know, it's going to like mean a, you know, big game changer. But you don't want to use it when like one or two people on your team are just low and they're getting shot down. You can literally just heal them there. There's no need to throw it down right there. Again, you want to save this ability as much as you can because it's going to have a lot of uses towards endgame, and you need to know when is the right time to use it. Another good example would be when your full team is slowed down by Ramatra, and you want to throw it down, and then your full team can like get back together and, you know, perform a counter push, because that is when your team is in danger. When chances are, when they are slowed down, they are probably going to get like bombarded by the projectiles there because they can't, you know, get away. So you do want to wait for the right moment to do so. It can be a really good counter to most people's ults because Reinhardt's Earth Shatter is nothing against this thing. It can just unstun everyone. So you want to time this really well. And yeah, I think that's it for these two abilities, and we'll get into the ult now. Alright, so the final part to Kiriko's arsenal is her ult. And this requires some good timing, just like the Suzu. And it just basically boosts the attack speed of your teammates. And you want to time this at the right time, and also you like aim it in the right path. Do not shoot it at a wall because it will end your Kitsune's path, and it will not make any difference. So what you want to do is, if there's any obstacles around here, you can actually aim it along the way. If you do this, you can actually curve the path of this Kitsune a little bit. And as you can see, I can shoot faster now. Now during this time of the Kitsune, it's important what you do when everyone's under the effect. When you have the Kitsune activated and your teammates are all in there, you actually want to keep your teammates alive for as long as you can. Say in Orisa, you want to keep them alive because they're going to be shooting really fast while under your Kitsune's effect. So keep them alive because they can really make a change in your game. And I would still get a few shots in, but just make sure you're doing as much as you can to keep your teammates alive. I know you can deal 120 damage headshot, but again, Orisa or, you know, Diva or, you know, maybe even Bastion with the turret can really make a difference in the game when they're under your Kitsune rush. So remember to prioritize that healing over the damage, especially during your Kitsune rush. Just don't shoot it at a wall because it will end the effect of it. Aim it along, you know, some obstacles or sharp turns on some payload maps, and it can actually run into the payload and stop. So be sure to like maneuver it around any obstacles as necessary. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm still learning Kiriko, of course. It is a new hero, but if you guys have any questions, ask me in the comments below. I am gonna, like, you know, post more of these videos later as I learn, you know, more and more. So yeah, I think that's it. Peace out.